Renovating any home is a challenge, especially when you are learning on the fly.
You just burst my eardrum.
The journey can seem arduous.
This is actually the problem, to have two renovations ongoing simultaneously.
But it's the little victories along the way that push you towards the finish line.
Oh my god, that looks beautiful. It's feeling like home now. Just received the fireplace for the bedroom. It's huge.
We're replacing the stairs, and until we rebuild the new ones, we're using a ladder.
Wow. It's not gonna fit. Okay, come on. Good job.
That fit's amazing.
Oh my god, that looks beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that is so good. Yes. Oh wow. It's just a proper focal point. I love it. So I'm gonna start priming it, painting it. We're gonna remove that drawers, that unit. We brought it here, but now when we put it in here, it just feels too bulky for the room. So we decided to remove that. We'll put something else. We still wanna have like an antique type thing just to bring the feel together. And also it's gonna be the first room in the Dower house that we finished, so I'm extra happy. I didn't know that we were gonna be able to pull this off, and I mean, obviously we still have got many rooms to do, but it's feeling like home now.
So we're fitting the fire surround. Because there is a recess in the back of here, all we've done is fix these battens to the wall. So when the thing goes in, we can screw in through the sides. Nice and simple. So I'm working on the hearth. I'm going to use a mixture of 50-50 white spirit, boiled linseed oil, and I'm going to seal up all the tiles. That'll give it a really nice finish and also protect it. So this is what it looks like at the minute. It looks quite dry, but as soon as we put this stuff on, it'll give it a nice dark colour and also seal it all over.
Those milestones, you know, when there's something suddenly like putting a fireplace, the room feels differently.
So we're working out where to put artwork. This is the piece of furniture I picked up, and we're just trying to see if it works in this spot or not. Most people will buy a piece of furniture and sit with it for a couple of years and be like, I want to change, I'm not feeling that it's right. Whilst we're doing it on a super fast schedule where we're like, okay, it's been a week, not feeling it, rip it out, let's do another one.
I'm just thinking practicalities. Having a little desk, you know, we can put a cute lamp in it. It's practical where you could see it, or guests can sit down there.
I'm just worrying that the desk is fighting for position with the fireplace in what you look at. It's like a puzzle, which is quite exciting. Finding that piece that fits in a certain room is just like, you know, in the last jigsaw in the puzzle, it's just like, oh, yes, we're finally going to use that piece of furniture, and it works perfectly there. Still recording a bullshit before he's had his coffee. He is moody.
Talk to me and make coffee.
Look, this is our house at the minute, and Bush is painting in here because it's nice and warm. Look at his face. This is what I have to deal with every morning before he has his coffee. Look, the evils he's giving me.
No, because you keep saying like, it's showing the room to be like, it's a mess and it's all down to...
See, he's just assuming the worst of me. I'm literally just stating...
That is how you are.
I'm literally just stating facts, but he doesn't act that way when he's had his coffee.
I wake up and I cannot start going until I have my coffee. I'm lovely as always, I just don't like anyone to talk to me. I'm gonna have my coffee. Yeah, I like to have my coffee and I feel like that's my little moment. You don't like coffee, you don't really like tea, you know, I mean, who asked for green tea as a choice? Me? Exactly. You're like a very morning person, you kind of like, boo, get going. And then afternoon you're a write-off. And I'm like more like slower pace, but I could carry on until late.
You don't though?
Because we have to go back to the estate. You know? Because you're like, we go home now. I'm bored.
Quickly, drink it.
Okay, so this is our first ensuite in the Dower house, and I've got my Mr. Plumber here, sorting out all the pipes, because unfortunately what we inherited when we bought this property was not the best practice, wasn't it?
The pipes were probably fine, but I just didn't trust them, so I'd rather just replace them all and start from scratch, and then we know what we're working with, we know what the problems are, or the not problems, or whatever.
Yeah.
Plumbing is very therapeutic. I actually really like it. It's so simple, you know, you just click things together. I don't like doing copper piping. Plastic piping is just like click, 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 click. But it's actually quite therapeutic. And then when you pressurize it at the end and everything works, you're like, ah, I'm so clever.
It's a smallish ensuite because in England, properties are not as big as in the US. But we're gonna make it work. It's still gonna be cool. Because really, what do you need to do in the bathroom? It's just your business, getting ready, and you can go to the bedroom then to do the final bits.
It's always a compromise because, you know, if you have a really big bathroom, you're going to have a really small bedroom. Empty that out and then we'll do the same with the hot.
Okay.
It's just good to get rid of all the crap that's inside the pipes, you know?
Got it.
The pressure's quite good with the hot, isn't it?
Well done. Amazing. Yeah, it looks like a mess, but in no time it's gonna look really good. We are starting to install some lights. I have made Dean. He's gonna have to wear these gloves, the plastic gloves, because he always has very dirty hands and then dirties any plaster work or paint. Lesson learned over the years. Good. So when we do lime with wood, we just really like to do a really modern contrast with the lights. So we're going for these like spotlights that they're not flush, they're directional, so we can just move them as we need here in the bathroom. And then there is gonna go the vent, the cast iron vent, which is gonna look the part. Yay! Light!
You're going to be my helper.
Oh yeah, I'm helping recording. Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's all about, let me zoom it in. Let me just have a look.
Details.
It is just like, we got it, I think it's on Amazon. It's a cast iron. And because the pipe that we've put for the vent is black, we're just not gonna see it.
What?
No, we won't. Oh my gosh, that's so much smarter than one of the plastic ones. Just make sure.
That line lines up with actually.
Amazing.
You know?
We planned it. Go slowly. When you hit the wood, just wait and then put the other one. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
You mean you're going to see the lime plaster around it, but I think
Oh, that's pretty.
This kind of joins in.
I
with
like that.
This is the base. We're using plywood, and I've marked the hole, and I'm going to hope that I can put it in the left position, but I'm feeling like I'm going to have to put it in the right position. Right. I may have to get it smaller. So the room is exactly 1.2 meters wide, which is great because the shower tray is 1.2. But these come at 1.22, so they're a little bit bigger. So I think we're gonna have to cut them down, unfortunately. I thought it would fit snug as a bug, but it doesn't.
The base is in. Can you see I've got the waste pipe here? So I really want to get it here, but it's very close to this joist. I'm really hoping it's going to fit, because I don't want to have to move it to there and then have to drill a hole through, because it's another just weakening of the joist. So once I've done that, I've got to get this bad boy level, because if this is level, the shower tray is level. So it's easier to get the base nice and even than the shower tray. Lots to do.
Record. I'm trying to rush Borja to record me because this will set within a second. This is solvent well pipe. The key is, what I found is twist it a little bit, because then when you twist it, it activates the glue and it really creates a strong bond. I always think you can't put too much on, so I brush all the way around just to check that there's no air holes missing, because these sort of pipes we're never going to be able to get to again because they're covered with tiles, underfloor heating. So I'm just doing a test to see if we have any leaks. I mean, obviously you're not going to tell until you've got like loads of water rushing down.
I know where there potentially would be a leak and where there wouldn't be. Like the push fits are all fine unless there's a failure in one of the mechanisms, which we've had before.
Oh my God.
Really badly. In our
First house together.
1950s semi-detached house we did, I put a stop end on a pipe because we were in the midst of installing the bathroom upstairs, and we got home and it was literally raining inside the kitchen.
I remember like pulling in and you were like, what's that noise? And we could hear water gushing from outside the property. And then you were like, oh, the water! And we ran in and the ceiling was all down. I mean, it was...
Luckily, we hadn't renovated downstairs, so it wasn't too bad and it wasn't too painful.
It was bad.
But it was bad. From that day on, I think for about 2 years, I was so scared to leave the house, and I was like, shall we switch the mains water off just in case? But it was just a faulty connection.
I don't have issues with these. The solvent wells are really good, like they never leak. It's these connections, these screw connections here, I don't really like, but they seem all good, and the water falls away quite fast, so yeah.
Dean's managed to kind of get it all level, and then the waste is gonna move. He's gonna get it all nice fixed with screws, and then we can put the shower tray on top, which we're gonna show you a way to make sure there's no leaks in the future, ever.
I'm silicing the waste so that there is no possibility of leakage.
It's like an extra insurance for us.
Exactly.
Because we don't want any problems for us. Renovating and restoring is all about making sure that we don't have issues in the future.
Okay, so I'm putting it underneath my hand. You tell me, is it there right? Is it right there?
If I can screw it in, it's right. Are you pushing it up?
No, I'm not pushing it down. Okay.
It's solid rock. You just
Sorry.
burst my eardrum.
Sorry.
So here we have what is gonna be the floor for the bathroom. That is the underfloor heating, which is an electric one for the bathroom. And this again is gonna be very tight. So we're gonna hope.
We're gonna hope.
It works, yeah.
So now I've got the plywood down. The first layer I'm going to do is the priming. Priming will allow you to put the underfloor heating cable down and tape it without the tape all coming apart. So yeah, it's got to roll this. Hopefully it will dry quite fast and I can start putting the underfloor heating in. The challenge with these is knowing how much you've got left when you're doing the run, but we'll see how it goes. I'm installing underfloor heating, and this is the thinnest stuff you can get. So basically, you should be able to just tile straight over this. We don't tend to do that. We put like a self-leveler over because it's just a little bit easier. But yeah, so this is the wire that heats up. This is the thermostat, the probe that you'll put in the floor so it knows what temperature it is. And this is the little thermostat here, which will control everything. We can put it on timers and whatnot.
I haven't done all the thermostats for the underfloor heating yet. that is going to be like a day job by itself because it's a lot of like connections and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to sit down, get some YouTube videos and watch them and really crack it. So I am firstly putting it down with just a little bit of tape. I'm missing out where the sink is, where the toilet is.
Oh, that's why there's a, yeah, I didn't understand. Thanks for explaining.
And then I'm hoping that I don't have an excess amount left over because you can't put them any closer than 50 mil. So I'm doing them as close as possible because it's a very small room, but this is the smallest one they do. So
Will you be able to do it under the sink if need be?
I think worst case scenario, I will. I'll kind of like wrap it round. But
Yeah.
Ideally, I'm hoping that it's going to end perfectly. It never will, it never does.
This never happens. Oh my god. It actually fits perfectly. I mean, yeah, it needs a little bit more there, but no complaining here. So now I've got to tape it all properly. I don't know if you have to really, but I like to because, well, there's loads of tape left over. So I'm going to tape it even more and then prepare the self-leveler. Although I've got to fill these gaps around here. Otherwise, when you pour the self-leveler, it'll just all run down into the floorboard.
Back at the main estate, we discovered that the carpet samples for the first bedroom have been delivered.
But it's just been really annoying. So the carpet samples have arrived and I want to see them. And he won't let me see them because apparently we've got to dress all pretty and go in front of a camera. And I'm like, just screw it. I'm in my pajamas. I just want to look at the carpet samples.
I said, let's watch it together to see if we have the same reaction.
But you've already looked at them. You cheat.
I quickly looked.
Okay, let me quickly look at every single sample.
I literally just leave the two.
You can record me now, like looking, okay?
Just from the camera.
I'm English, I'm not very reactive
We're
anyway.
gonna do it together. I just wanted to use, as a little game. So I'm gonna open it, and I'm gonna start showing and see what you think.
So we have got samples of carpet for the Dower house, and that will be for all the bedrooms, potentially. But we have to be really conscious that the carpets work with underfloor heating, so they have to have a really low TOG rating. So usually thin pile carpets.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Too white.
Yeah, I thought it as well.
Yeah.
Then look at the next one.
So weird. That's okay. Ish.
No, I would like it.
Okay. Fine. Yes, okay.
This one is not bad, but
Yeah, let me feel it.
potential.
Let me feel it.
Potential.
Yeah, that's quite
Just
nice.
leave that one there. Too wide, no? I do like the pattern.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No. No.
I like that one. Oh my god, don't tell me we're gonna go for that one.
I think I need to see it in the room, to be fair. Let's take them to the Dower house and we'll look in the bedroom, okay? Because you just can't appreciate them here. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, I thought, honestly, I saw someone, I was like, yeah, those are really nice.
I love the smell of fresh carpet.
No.
Yeah, no.
It's.
I know it's
As
the
we
right
said,
one.
it was
No.
these are the best of the.
I don't like that one. It doesn't look right as well on camera.
Well, I don't care what it looks like on camera. I like it in real life.
I still do like. I think that one I like.
This one.
The left one.
This one.
Oh, actually, I'm really liking this one.
This one.
No, the one to the right. That one.
This one.
This one is definitely no.
I really like it.
I love it, but
I really like it. That's like one of my top ones.
it's gonna last us like
2 seconds.
yeah. We need to kind of consider our lifestyle, and I think for the next few years we're still gonna be like on a. I mean, look at us. Do you think that looks as a that you can have a white?
It's lunchtime.
Back? Look at me. It's a very chilly morning, but I'm very excited because we have just received all the marble that we're going to be needing for the first bathroom that we're going to be doing in the Dower house. We always go for this white marble. We feel it's very classic. It doesn't date. We have done it in the past, and I feel that if you have the right accessories, it's a timeless bathroom. So we're gonna have very large marble tiles in the shower, like a diamond pattern, smaller tiles in the flooring. But then what I'm very excited is Fire Earth, which is a company that we got this marble from, makes this beautiful skirting board, which is marble as well. And the design is very, very similar to the original pine skirting board that we had remade and replicated for all the servant areas in the main estate, because that's what we found it in the original area. So it's very exciting. We can't wait to kind of get going, and once we have the first bathroom, it's a momentous occasion. So now I have to move all of this.
We don't like to pick too much colour because we know it's going to date. So we tend to be quite reserved and we go for neutrals and always pick natural materials, which a lot of people don't like because you've got to seal them and protect them. But once they're sealed, they're good. And what we've been doing, well, in all the bathrooms now, is using marble. This is the skirting we'll add that goes around baseboard if you're American. They're pricey, but this is what's going to give you the quality look. We use a detail like this that finishes it off, so you have a tile that butts up to there. These probably cost more than the tiles themselves, but it will make a huge difference to how the final space looks. What we've got to do now though is we've got to seal, because before you use any natural materials, before you install them on the floor or the walls, you should seal them once, because any adhesive that gets onto there or any grout, it may stain the marble. So we have to seal all the tiles first, and then we can start installing them. Now we use these tiles in the servants' quarters, and we've had the bathroom installed for around 3 years now, and it's worn really well. No staining on the marble tiles, still looks brand new. But what we did learn was that in that room we put like a mosaic on the floor. Absolute nightmare to install, but even worse than that is it's really hard to keep clean because the grout really dirties up quite fast. So we're avoiding that with a passion, and we're going for bigger tiles on the floor and a smaller grout line as possible, so we don't have to maintain too much. So I've done the ceiling on the square tiles. Actually, it's a really good opportunity laying them all out like this to see what tiles you like, what ones you don't, how we're going to mix them. Obviously, it's all natural, so you know you've got ones that are more speckled, ones that have got lines through them. There's some that are brighter than others. Although you can't really tell on video which ones they are. They actually blend quite nicely. Some have got a little bit more colour in. So this is a great opportunity to pick ones we like the most, and we'll locate them in areas that we'll see more. And then ones that we don't like bits of, like this one here, I think is a bit weird because it's very black on that side. We'll probably use that as a cut. So now I'm on to skirting boards, and then I've got the dado to do, and then I've got the bigger tiles, but I think I'm gonna have to let these dry. So I've got space to do the bigger tiles. So I've sealed the majority now. I'm just gonna have to wait a while for it to all dry, and then I can stack them all up. Because it's quite cold, I think it's gonna take longer than a couple of hours like it says. Borja is working hard on the plastering.
Yeah.
Cutting into the beams that we've installed up there.
And now what I'm doing, this is a little trick. So if you're plastering, not that many people will be plastering, to finishing all the edges, you just like go with like a wet brush, and then you just go around. And having really nice clean edges makes a huge difference to a nice finish job. You know, so I'm just cleaning everything in here, and then it just like everything is transformed and it looks like I've done a good job.
But this is lime plaster, so it's a little bit different to gypsum plaster, how it finishes. And we actually really like the finish of lime plaster, so we're gonna keep it ideally like this. But I did speak to Borja and say, inevitably, we're gonna have to paint it at some point because, you know, you can't touch up lime plaster. So once there's marks and stuff like that, we're gonna have to paint. But for now, we're gonna have it as this raw finished state.
I just want to show you my cooking skills, which is a microwave vegetarian thing.
live.
And I've added chicken.
And then showing like Borgia what we're going to do with the tiling on the floor. Okay, so I've got an issue, right? This is if you have perfect half cuts.
Yeah.
But then we've got a little bit of a border going around here and no border going around here. Which is a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also, you can't cut a tile perfectly in half because you've got the thickness of the blade as well.
Yeah, which is 2 mil.
Yeah. So I can't centralize this because if I do, then we've got these tiny little triangles here. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a half cut at the shower tray. And then we'll have little cuts there.
Okay, but also the marble skirting.
So that's the line.
Ah, right, okay.
Which is the marble skirting.
Yeah.
So you'll only see a tiny bit when it comes to it, and then I've put 2 straight cuts, like a threshold at the door.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
So do you think that's going to work?
I think that the leftover from this side is what we're gonna use here, so we don't have any waste.
Potentially, yeah.
So we can be very efficient.
Are you happy with that though?
Yeah.
So.
That's gonna look great.
Okay, cool.
We're done! Yay. Come on, let's go and do the ensuite. I'm pumped!
Yeah.
Pumped! Let's do it! This is literally the problem to have 2 renovations ongoing simultaneously, is that we are about to go start cutting marble, and then I have left a couple of tools in the main estate, which is extremely annoying. And also, just to add on top of this, Dean did all the plans to do the marble layout, and he didn't save it. Isn't it a great start?
He's back with his weird hair thing.
Yes! So we got this machine years ago now, haven't we, Dean? Because it's a wet cutter, and we thought, let's invest in it. The problem is that we forgot about storing it and the cover for winter, and now we're hoping this is going to work again.
Yeah, so it's been outside for quite some time. So we've got a new blade because the other one went rusty, and we don't want to obviously rust marks on our tiles.
Well, we'll do it, it cuts as well.
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. So
But I think we're going to take it upstairs so it's closer. We'll put some sheets down so we don't get it too dirty upstairs. And
so it's all about cutting and putting the flooring.
yay! So first up is tiling this floor. What we got to do is make sure that we run it perfectly flush with here, and we're going to do it in a diamond pattern. So we're going to first cut all the pieces, lay it all out on here, see if we're happy with it, and then we'll lay it. I've laid out the ones that don't need any cuts, and it's going to look so good. We've done a very, very tight grout joint. The tightest it can be for the grout that we've got, which is 2 millimeters. So less maintenance, which is great. This is going to look really good. I think we need to speak about how we're going to do the grain. If we're going to do the grain like this, or we're going to do the grain doing opposing directions, just so it's all a bit more random, rather than looking, planned and then not so planned. The great thing about installing the tiles before you've got any skirting boards or anything on, you've got that tolerance. You've got that sort of 10 mil play. So, we can cut it maybe a little bit smaller, so we've got some flexibility to move it about a little bit, and you're never going to see it. I've done a pencil marking here because we're going to use this this triangle as our guide to make sure everything else runs correctly off that.
Yeah, it's good that we're doing a dry test first. We're going to start with the super flexible adhesive. This is the pourer. I'm the mixer.
We use the little clamps on the tiles to hold the tiles nicely together and keep them all flush.
So we're in a bit of a mess. Boy's just cutting the last pieces that are going to go here. They're quite complex because they have to be bang on perfect. We haven't got the flexibility like we have around the walls. But yeah, we're getting there.
It's the next day and everything's set, so I'm going to take all these little things out and then I'm going to start grouting. Yay! Grouting is always the best part because it always unifies everything together. So if you've done a little bit of a mistake, sometimes you can hide it. Otherwise, it'll just stand out so much. So I'm hoping that everything we've done looks perfect and it's nice and smooth. I mean, we're not professional tilers, So we always just hope for the best. Ready for the grate to go in. I think I'm gonna leave it a little longer because it was soft when I was pulling these bits out. This is the area I'm a little bit concerned about. It's sunk a little bit there. Smooth all here, but here is a bit dodgy, so I don't know if I need to take it up and redo it. So the day after is where we just buff it up and get rid of all the last little bit of grout on the top. And then all we have to do then is seal it, but we'll seal it after we do the rest of the tiles in here. We'll just cover this up for now to protect it.
We have made great progress on the bathroom, but there is so much left to do. We still need to install the tiles on the shower itself, and the toilet.
I'm really having trouble sleeping at the minute. Bedroom? I tried to record and I'm supposed to be holding it.